Hello and welcome to Mindful Living, where we explore the art of living with the intention, balance, and inner peace. I am Avik, your host, guiding you through conversations on health, meditation, mental well being, mindfulness, and the mind body connection. Each episode features expert insights to help you grow, heal, and thrive. So, take a deep breath, relax, and join us on this journey to a more mindful and fulfilling life. So, let's get started.
Hello and welcome, listeners, to the Mindful Living podcast, where we explore strategies for living with intention, balance, and purpose. I'm your host, Sana, and today we have a very special guest with us, Mark Struczewski, also known as Mr. Productivity. Mark, welcome to the show.
Sana, thank you so much for having me on the show today. I am so honored to be here.
Lovely, lovely. Listeners, before we proceed on to the discussion, I would love to introduce Mark to all of you. Mark is a Houston based productivity coach and the host of the Mr. Productivity podcast, where he's released over 1,300 episodes focused on helping leaders conquer, overwhelm, and achieve clarity. With his daily running routine and passion for continuous learning, Mark embodies youthful energy and enthusiasm in both business and life. So, today on The Mindful Living, we'll dive into his strategies for maintaining the energy and enthusiasm even in the face of life's challenges. So, listeners, let's get ready and dive deep into this discussion. So, Mark, welcome again to the show, and it's an absolute honor to have you today with us.
I'm excited to dig into this topic today.
So, Mark, you are a big advocate of running and staying physically active. How do daily habits like exercise contribute to maintaining youthful energy in business?
Well, I want to start by putting myself into context for your listeners. I am 59 years young, and I feel like I'm in my low 40s. And the reason why is because I make staying active a high priority. So as you mentioned, I'm a daily runner. I've been running at least 1 mile every day since August 29, 2017. I do daily farmer's carries every morning, which is when you carry weights in your arm and you walk around for as long as you can until your arms get exhausted. I do one proper push-up. I do a 4-minute squat because as we get older, we lose the flexibility in our hips.
Yeah.
And I also do a lot of walking. I hit 15,000 or more steps every day. My wife bought me a rebounder for our anniversary, and it sits right behind our couch, so I can actually be bouncing up and down on a rebounder while I'm watching television. So I think it's really important that we make taking care of ourselves a high priority. I did a lot of research about the blue zones. We've all heard of blue zones where people live to 90, 105 years old. And you find out as people get older, they're still very active. And in our society now, a lot of places we spend all day long sitting behind computers, which is not good for our back and our legs and our health. And so I just want people to take their health very seriously because we all only get one life.
That's really very right and very relevant, Mark. Thank you so much. So, business can be exhausting, especially while juggling multiple priorities along with personal life as well. What are your go-to strategies or hacks for preventing burnout and keeping that enthusiasm alive?
I have been talking a lot about micro breaks. Micro breaks are 3 to 5 minute breaks. And let me tell you how this works. Get up from your technology, which for most people is their laptop. And I want you to walk outside, and I don't want you to get on your phone. I don't want you to go from one technology to another. I want you to be quiet. I don't want you to talk to anybody. I don't want you to think about what you did, what you are working on, or what you got to work on, upcoming meetings or podcast interviews. I just want you to be quiet. If it's cold, grab a jacket. If it's raining, stand under shelter, but don't make an excuse. Go outside and give your body and your brain a break. And I have been telling people this for several months now. And I tell people the key to this is when you begin to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, stressed, go outside and take a break because that's going to give you some natural energy. And if you want to take it to an entirely different level, take off your shoes and socks and walk on your lawn or in a park or something like that. It allows your body, it's called grounding or earthing. It allows all the inflammation and that negative energy to get sucked out of your body into the earth. And the stuff does work.
Definitely. So, Mark, on we focus on mindfulness in this podcast, and maintaining the youthful energy seems to be as much as about mindset as it is about physical health. So, apart from the physical workouts, how do you stay mentally sharp and enthusiastic in the face of any kind of business challenges? In fact, even personal challenges as well.
I have been coming and going with meditation for years because I was overthinking it. Now I have gotten committed to just practicing mindfulness for at least 10 minutes every day. That's the bar I set myself because that gives our brain, just like a micro break gives our brain a break, meditation gives our bodies and our brains an opportunity just to relax. And so I decided instead of overthinking, because I tend to overthink things, that's part of my problem. I use an app called Fitness Plus on the iPhone, and I just do the guided meditations and I just relax. And I think people need to understand that being more productive is not just about how to plan or how to set goals. It's also about giving your body a mental and physical rest. And I have gained a lot of appreciation for meditation because it really makes me feel good. When I'm done with the meditation, I just have this all natural sense of energy to tackle the rest of my day.
Lovely. That's really lovely. Wow. And you believe you have committed yourself to continuous learning. How does ongoing education and self development play a role in keeping your energy levels high and keeping yourself enthusiastic and strong?
Well, I believe if you're not learning something every day, you're falling behind. And I think it's really important that you adopt a mindset where I'm going to learn something new every day. One of my non-negotiables is to read a minimum of 60 minutes every day.
Wow.
I am addicted to learning. So I read for at least 1 hour a day, but I like watching educational videos on YouTube. And we were talking a little bit before we started recording. I have only been, as you mentioned, I live in the United States. I've only been to Canada and France, but there's some great travel YouTube channels. And I've been watching these YouTube channels every night, couple videos, depending on how long they are, and learning about different cultures. Because I think our brains are wanting to learn new things, whether you do that through books or through educational videos. I do not mean tweets, posts, Instagram, TikTok videos. I mean actually reading stuff or watching videos that are going to help you. To me, I get excited when I learn something new. And I never was like this when I was younger. It was only like the last 5 or 6 years when I got in my 50s. I really appreciate learning. And so I'm like a sponge every day. When I learn something new, I get really excited. It gets me jazzed up.
Lovely. That's really lovely. How do you balance staying productive while finding joy and fulfillment in your work? Because sometimes it may become boring or maybe repetitive. So, how do you do that? And can productivity and enthusiasm coexist without one draining the other?
I think you have to have a balance. And I think you used a really key word of joy. So I'm a big fan of European football.
Mm-hmm.
Americans call it soccer, but the rest of the world calls it football. And that's the only sport I watch. And so when my team's playing, whether they're playing during the week or on the weekend, I'm watching the football game because it brings me joy. And some people may say, wait a minute, you're Mr. Productivity. Are you telling me that you'll stop what you're doing during the day to watch a football game? How is that being productive? And I tell them, you got to zoom out. You're not looking at the big picture. Because
Mm-hmm.
watching football brings me joy, I
Mm-hmm.
am even more productive because I get that dopamine hit. So I choose not to go on TikTok for my dopamine hit or Instagram or Facebook. For me, it's watching football. And so
Yeah.
I encourage people, find that one thing that brings you joy. Maybe it's cricket, maybe it's football, maybe it's baseball, basketball, whatever. And really don't watch every game on TV, every game that's broadcast all week long, but pick your favorite team and gift yourself the opportunity to watch this event. Maybe it's not football, maybe it's watching ballet dancing or watching travel videos, something that brings you joy. Because when you are happy, I like to say happy people, healthy people are productive people. So I love how you brought joy into this conversation because people who are joyful tend to be more productive.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And also, energy and sleep, these are also very, very important components of balancing, creating a good physical health and mind as well. So, how do you prioritize rest and sleep in your routine? How important is quality sleep in sustaining your energy and focus?
Well, for me, I am an early riser. So I will stop eating food by 5:30 in the afternoon. I
Okay.
stop drinking water by 6:30, and by 7:30 I go screens off, which means my phone, TV, everything. And then I will journal in a print journal, and
Mhm.
then I will either read a physical book or a book on my Kindle in dark mode. And I'm usually asleep by 8:15 at night, and I'm up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock every morning.
Wow.
It's really important that you just don't go to sleep. You have to set your body up with a consistent routine.
Mhm.
And this is something I lacked when I was younger. I'll just go to sleep. Your body has to have a wind down sequence. So my body knows, oh, he's done eating. Okay. Oh, he's done drinking. Okay. Oh, now he's reading his book. Now my body naturally starts getting tired because it knows the routine. And I wake up without an alarm between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. So I was never a morning person, but I trained my body to
Mm.
become a morning person. And the body loves consistency. This is really important for people to understand. The body loves consistency. So go to bed as much as you can at the same time every night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, including holidays, and get up the same time every morning. And you too will not need an alarm clock.
Superb. I loved that line. Your body loves consistency. It can be a title for a good book. Great book. Really good line, Mark. Thank you so much. And I would also like to ask you about nutrition. Do you follow any specific nutritional habits that help you stay energized throughout the day, apart from eating at the right time, drinking water? Any specific habits?
Well, I'm not doing as good as I would like to in this category.
Okay.
I love my Diet Coke, which has caffeine in it, but I only limit it from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. because I go to bed at 8 o'clock. So I cut it off at 1 o'clock. I should eat better, but I'm doing better because one of the things my wife and I do, we don't keep junk food in the house. And
Great.
I'm not going to get in the car and drive to the store to get cookies or ice cream. So, one of the things I encourage people to do is do not keep unhealthy food in your house. Now, I do keep Diet Coke in my house, but I'm trying to get better. And like I said, I'm not there yet. I'm trying to get better. But you're absolutely right. I drink a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
So after 1 o'clock, I'm drinking water for until 6:30 at night. And I'm trying to eat more fruits and vegetables. I'm trying to eat more nuts because those are really good for you. But I'm a work in progress when it comes to nutrition because I know the power of eating better.
Hmm. That's really honest and really, really very informative, Mark. Superb. So before we wrap up, as a coach and podcast host, how do you maintain your enthusiasm while helping others cultivate theirs? What's that secret to leading by example and keeping your energy contagious?
That's a very interesting question because I tell people I wake up every morning excited for the day. I remember when I was a little child, I woke up on Christmas morning. I couldn't wait to see what Santa Claus brought me. And now I don't wake up every day pain free. I mean, that would not be the truth. But I think you have to choose. You have to choose that you are going to look forward to the day. Matter of fact, one of the questions I journal about every morning is what is one thing I'm excited about? And I always write, more often than not, probably 95% of the time, I will write today, one word. I'm excited about today because I woke up this morning and I get an opportunity to live another day this morning. And I think if people would stop looking at the news, stop looking at social media, and just be thankful. I don't care where you live. I don't care what your education levels. I don't I don't care about that stuff. Wake up and say, I am so grateful I woke up today. If you start your day with gratitude,
Exactly.
I'm not saying that your day is going to be perfect, but you're giving yourself an advantage by starting the day excited as opposed to, oh, I got to wake up. Or you can say, oh, I got to wake up. Same words, you're saying them completely different. And so how you start your day from the moment you wake up sets the tone for the day. Because if you start it angry, frustrated, overwhelmed, what do you think's going to happen with your day? It's not going to magically get better. It's only going to go downhill. So start your day on a high note. And that way you enter your day, you're going to be hit in the face throughout the day. But if you start with gratitude, you start with happiness, the increasingly likelihood that you're going to have a better day is higher than if you start the day miserable.
That's absolutely true. Practicing gratitude is one of the most important and crucial part of cultivating mindfulness. So that's a very good point you stressed on, Mark. Also, for business leaders and entrepreneurs who feel like they are losing their passion or they are maybe thinking of giving up because things are not going in their way, what's your advice for rekindling that youthful energy and staying energetic, enthusiastic in the long run?
I would encourage people to gift themselves quiet time alone. Get yourself a notebook, get yourself a journal, get
Mhm.
yourself your favorite beverage. Don't be on your phone or anything unless you're going to play some background music and just start journaling. Why am I not happy? What brings me joy? And just allow yourself to do free form writing. And the answer may be when you do this exercise, maybe I need to get another job. Maybe I need to learn a skill. Maybe I need to move. But most people are not gifting themselves this opportunity. They're just going, oh, I got to keep doing this job. You may have a well paying job with a lot of perks, but if
Mhm.
it doesn't make you happy,
Mhm.
doesn't bring you joy, is the money and the perks really worth it if you go
No.
home and you're like, oh, I hate this job? So just get away by yourself and just free form. Don't worry about what questions should I ask. Just start writing, and you may be surprised of the ideas that come on that piece of paper.
That's true. That's true. And in terms of support, community, people, your loved ones, how do you think we can help in cultivating the joy, the enthusiasm in our loved ones as well?
You've got to lead by example. So you can't tell people, hey, be more happy, be more joyful. You've got to lead by example. And if someone is not feeling good mentally, spiritually, or physically, you may want to tone down your joyfulness because it may irritate them, and everyone's different. So, but I think you need to lead by example, because if people see you always happy, always joyful, they may at first get annoyed, then they may start getting curious and go, hey, why are you always happy? Why are you always joyful? Then you can share with them. But you got to be very careful of forcing your joyfulness on them, because someone is going through something that you may not be aware of. You can't just say, hey, be happy, be thankful you're alive, because they may be in a bad season of their life. And it's really important for you to express empathy toward people.
Absolutely right. And it's equally applicable for the entrepreneurs and the business leaders as well. That's why they are leaders. They're leading by example. Great. That was a lovely discussion, Mark. And finally, if our listeners want to listen to your podcast, the Mr. Productivity, and also connect with you, maybe how they can do that.
One stop shopping. Just go to mrproductivity.com, MISTER, all spelled out, mrproductivity.com. You can sign up for my email newsletter, read my blog, find my podcast. Anything you want to know about me is at mrproductivity.com.
Superb. Mark, thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights on maintaining youthful energy and enthusiasm in business. And it was really, really a very energizing discussion. I'm very sure our listeners are inspired by this conversation we had today. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
And listeners, if you're looking to boost your productivity while staying energized, having that youthful energy, be sure to check out the show notes along with this episode on your favorite podcast platform. And you can explore more of Mark's practical strategies. His wisdom and experience can help you conquer overwhelm and approach both work and life with renewed enthusiasm. And thanks to everyone for joining on this beautiful episode on the Mindful Living podcast. This is your host, Sana, signing off.